Oh, hey guys, Binja the Body Whisperer here. I have been on a hiatus for, I finished my workout, my 6 week, or no, 5 week, which I ended up getting shorter because of an injury, and I do want to talk about that a little bit more. But today, what I was going to talk about was somebody had asked me a question who's doing the Binja the Body Whisperer 8 week reboot, kind of the philosophy change. They went through the diet week, and something that I do want to do is kind of put together what a slow carb diet week would look like. So today would be Monday, and the slow carb diet, you can find it online, but just simplifying it, the 5 rules are: 1, avoid white carbohydrates. So basically you avoid any type of white starch, breads, potato, rice. So basically you're cutting out any kind of white starch that's like a carbohydrate. So yeah, any grains. So you're cutting that out. That's one thing. 2, a rule of thumb is eat the same meals over and over again throughout the week. I do this all the time, and it makes things much easier, and you'd be surprised that you actually eat, in general, you tend to eat a lot of the same stuff anyway. So what I tend to do is throughout a week, Monday to Monday will be similar, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday similar, Thursday is a little different, Friday is a little different, but I tend to eat a lot of the same stuff throughout the week, and then make sure that I'm getting some of the different things through supplementation, or just making sure that but I can kind of get into more details as the week goes on. But just to get you started, so avoid white carbs, eat the same meals over and over. I'm looking at a board over here. Eat the same meals over and over again. 3, don't drink calories. So don't drink any calories. Now, we're going to get to, don't worry, so don't drink any calories. 4, don't eat any fruit. The sugars are high. 5, take 1 day off a week to eat whatever you want. So take 1 day off of the week, if that's Saturday, or if that's Sunday, or if that's Friday. You can kind of choose, but then that has to be, you have to follow those 5 rules, or those 4, because taking 1 day off a week is part of that. But if you follow those 4 rules, avoid white carbs, eat the same meals over and over again, don't drink calories, and don't eat fruit, then on your treat day, you can have whatever you want, right? So you can have whatever you want on that day. If you want to drink some beer, if you want to have some wine, if you want to eat croissants, if you want to eat bread, whatever, go ahead and load up on that day, and then you got to get back to it the following day, right? Now, one thing I would say to this is, when it says don't drink any calories, avoid artificial sweeteners. The chemical makeup of that stuff, I just got a bad feeling about it. I don't do it. I just recommend it that you do it. Now, if you want to have something like stevia, some type of a natural like low carbohydrate sweetener, go for it. But one of the things I find is actually, if I just cut out all the sweetness no matter what, that after a few days you're not craving it anymore, right? Especially when you cut out fruit and carbohydrates for most of the week. Now, what can you have? Beans, legumes. I try to stick to organic meats if you do eat meat. So organic beef, tuna, chicken, whatever, any kind of meat. Vegetables of all kinds. You can do nuts sparingly. Again, the avocado is good. So I tend to make, let's say a day for me would be, wake up in the morning, have a protein shake that's based on a pea, so that's within the realm, so pea-based protein, pea and hemp, have that in the morning. And usually I do the slow carb, but I also kind of do a quasi intermittent fasting, so I usually won't have that first meal until like 11:30, but I will have a cup of coffee with black coffee in the morning. And then I may have the first meal about 11:30, 12. The further I can push it, then when I'm doing this, the tighter it is throughout. Then you eat from that time till 9 o'clock at night or whatever. You get most of your meals in, most of your calories. I try and stick around, I'd say no more than 2,000 calories. So you might want to count calories using an app like MyFitnessPal or Lose It. Once you kind of get an idea of how much you're consuming and you kind of get into a rhythm, you can stop doing that, but it's kind of a nice thing to do at the beginning, right? So I tend to have that, and then I'll have like black beans, like a can of black beans, maybe a portion of organic, like ground beef, maybe some chicken, maybe another can of black beans. I like black beans. It's easy. Oh, I usually put avocado in my shake. So by the end of the day, I stick around 17 to 2,000 is what I typically do when I'm doing that kind of a diet. I might throw some nuts in there, vegetables, feel free to throw those in there, but keep it simple. Can of tuna, and some veggies, broccoli. I love broccoli. I love Brussels sprouts. And like I said, I tend to eat a lot of the same meals together. So or not together, but throughout the week. So I eat a lot of the same stuff, and I don't get too bored with it, because by the time my treat day rolls around, I'm ready to have that. But then after that treat day, I'm ready to just go clean again, right? And when I say clean, it's just less calories. And also, once you make the mental, it's up here, once you decide to do this, and make it an experiment, like I say in the Binja stuff, make it an experiment. Say, I'll do this for 1 month and see how I feel. Just do it for 1 month. Say, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna do it full on for 1 month, and then just see. Be like, oh man, I'm hating life. Then go back to it. Go back to your normal thing, right? But if you're feeling better and you're liking the results, why not try and stick to it? But just give yourself 4 weeks. No more, no less. Just give yourself a good 4 weeks and see how you feel. See what might be changing. Maybe your palate's changing. Maybe how you're feeling is changing. And then with the Binja stuff, like I say, get out and walk and do the 7 movements. I would say do that at least for 2 weeks. Just walk in the 7 movements and changing your diet, right? Maybe if you're starting to feel better and you're like, I want to do more, I can talk more about some little additions that you can add, like maybe an interval, like 1 minute on, 15 seconds off for 10 rounds, like the 1 round of Spartacus, jump rope like that, 1 minute on, 15 seconds off. But yes, so slow carb diet, remember those rules, and I'll put them down in the video, is avoid white carbs, eat of the same meals on a daily basis. So, and then don't drink calories, don't eat fruit, and then take a day off, have a treat day once a week, right? So try it, give it a go. That's the slow carb diet. And I'll be posting videos this week of me doing the slow carb diet and kind of what I'll have during a day and throughout this next week. So take care, Binja out, keep moving, people.